You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. You really are a heel. You're as cuddly as a cactus. You're as charming as an eel, Mr. Grinch. You're a bad banana with a greasy black peel. You're a monster, Mr. Grinch. Your heart's an empty hole. Your brain is full of spiders. You've got garlic in your soul, Mr. Grinch. I wouldn't touch you with a 39 and 1/2 foot pole. You're a foul one, Mr. Grinch. You're a nasty, wasty skunk. Your heart is full of unwashed socks. Your soul is full of gunk, Mr. Grinch. The 3 words I would use to describe you are as follows, and I quote, stink, stink, stunk. Hey, welcome to the 10th edition of the Ukulele Video Play-Along Podcast. My name is Chris Russell. I am a middle school music teacher. I blog about ukuleles in music education. I blog about technology in music education. I share a podcast with Paul Simmons on the topic of technology music education. And this is my podcast, also a video podcast that I drop on YouTube about playing ukulele and doing so in education as well. What you just heard was a rendition of You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch that I've completely reworked following a play-along that I just made. So that's the whole topic of this particular podcast, are the video play-alongs that we make and share with the public. So with this new version of You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch, I went back to the original. I raised it up a whole step. It's originally in G minor and got a little more ukulele friendly in A minor. And as I listened to it, I was really shocked to hear the progression go from A minor to D major to G to C. Now, in terms of music theory, that all makes sense because they're all, fifths of each other in that process. The D is a fifth of G, which is the fifth of C. But at the same time, I was just kind of surprised to hear that because that's not how I have heard other versions in the past. So what I wanted to talk about in this video, obviously, is it's the holiday season, and we have been making a bunch of ukulele video play-alongs that are available to you to use yourself or to share in your classroom or play in your group. Again, one of the great things about these play-alongs is that if you have reluctant singers, these play-alongs can help you experience the music, participate in the music that you know and love without feeling like you have to sing along with it. Now again, I'm a singer. I love to sing. I want my students to sing, but I also understand that there are reluctant singers out there. So this hopefully will help you. I should also mention that this is my latest ukulele. I reviewed this separately. It's the Flight TUS 35, and it happened to be on a great price from Amazon, $24. It is a ABS back with a laminate wood front, plastic fretboard. It has a zero fret nut. So there's a nut, and it's all molded together. But then there's a 0 fret to make sure the intonation is good. Standard, generic tuners. And the entire neck is plastic as well, and I've been playing around with it. I did add some strap buttons to it, and I mentioned that all in the previous video. Should also mention that this particular strap is very close to, there's a Scottish clan of Russells that have a kind of a blue and a green and a red print. This one got pretty close, so I ordered that one from Uke Straps, and you can find Uke Straps on Facebook. There are a bunch of straps that I like, and that's one of them. So let's talk about a few of the new play-alongs that I've been working on and that some of my colleagues have been working on. So the most recent one is You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch, available in standard tuning and for baritone, both in the key of A. The Chipmunk song, Christmas Don't Be Late, that is available both in tuning for standard ukulele and for baritone. Let's see, looking back to some more holiday tunes, I did Feliz Navidad. That has been done a couple times previously, but I wanted to make sure it's available for baritone. So for baritone, it's available in D as well as for standard tuning and then also in the key of C. At the request of one of my patrons, I created Wonderful Christmas Time. That's available in the key of C with some surprise chords for both standard and baritone tuning. There was a request on our Facebook group, and yes, there is a Facebook group for the ukulele video play-along. So if you're interested in seeing the latest play-alongs, discussing how to make the play-alongs, requesting play-alongs, that's a great way to do it. It's not connected with ukestuff.info, my website, and it's not connected with Ukulele Tenor, the YouTube channel. It's just totally separate. But there was a person that requested Hot Cup of Cocoa that was done by the Von Trapp singers and the Von Trapp children. So that's out there. I recently did Little Saint Nick, both for standard and baritone. And then I think my last one for the holiday season was Deck the Hall, or actually my first one for this holiday season was Deck the Hall. There was a bunch of songs we did for the Halloween period, and that playlist is available at my channel, youtube.com/ukulele tenor. So you might want to check out those Halloween tunes by the time we get around to next year. And then I should mention a few of the tunes that are available from some of the other creators on YouTube. So let me pull those up really quick. I've got my iPad Pro right here, and I'm just going to flip through a couple of those creations that have been coming. Just yesterday, Andy Ramos created Santa Claus is Back in Town, the Elvis version. Ukuleleans with Rachel Webley have been very busy. 2 versions of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and the easy version has only 4 chords in it. The full version, Rudolph, goes to a couple different spots. Andy Ramos did Mi Burrito Sabanero, and it's a song that I like enough that I think I'm going to do with my choirs next year, at least my 6th grade choir. Looking for a few more of the holiday songs. Another one by Ukuleleans, Rachel Webley, Step Into Christmas by Elton John. Winter Wonderland by Dean Martin, another one by Rachel Webley and Ukuleleans on their YouTube channel. All I Want for Christmas Is You, there's a couple versions out there of that, but Rachel Webley at Ukuleleans made that. Also see I Wish It Could Be Christmas Every Day, and that was again by Ukuleleans. And so that's a bunch of songs. Now, I just want to let you know that I'm also, if you go to my website, which is ukestuff.info, there is a page that's all about the ukulele play-alongs with Google Sheet indexes of all the songs. And I made one with the holiday songs, although I'll have to update it a few times here in the next couple of weeks as you might be looking for songs with your students. As a note, as I observe things, a lot of the holiday songs have some rather intense chord changes. So to find songs that are super easy to do for your students and those that might be non-religious might be a little tricky. But there are currently at least 68 to 70 songs available that you might be able to find some material for. So please take a look at that website. Again, I don't have a whole lot else to say here right now. It's just kind of a checking in. I've been trying to put off doing a podcast until our ukuleles were ready to be hung and ready to go at our school. And my principal was having the same designers that worked on our entire school price out what they would do for a ukulele hanging system, and their price came back at a ridiculous dollar amount. Now, mind you, in my old school, I just put 2x4s across the back of the room. I didn't even paint them, and got tool hooks from Menards, and it was under $100 to do the entire back of the room with labor provided by just custodial work in our building that put up those boards. So I didn't have to worry about that. This situation is a little different, and we want it to look nice, but the dollar amount was ridiculous. I'll just say that it was well into 5 figures to have that done, which is just that's ludicrous. So we're still waiting for those ukuleles to get hung, so therefore we haven't started ukuleles at my school. But that's okay because we have the holiday concert coming up for us on December 20th. I try to put it as late before the holiday break as I can, because otherwise students are well aware that there's not going to be a concert for a while, and it's hard to keep them focused at that point. So before I call it a day, I just wanted to also remind you that if you are interested, I would love to have you become a patron through patreon.com. If you go to CJRPhD, www.patreon.com/CJRPhD. So if you celebrate Christmas, a very Merry Christmas to you. If you celebrate other holidays, I hope that you have a wonderful holiday season in case I don't do another podcast before that time, and you have wonderful time with family and friends as the new year starts and comes around. I'll end with another little tag from your mean one, Mr. Grinch. You nauseate me, Mr. Grinch, with the nauseous super nos. You're a crooked jerky jockey and you drive a crooked horse, Mr. Grinch. You're a three-decker sauerkraut and toadstool sandwich with arsenic sauce.